It has been a fantastic journey for myself, for Chris, and for everybody here in Monaco for the Nations Cup. The final round of the season is about to get underway. Let's go through our grid. It's Yamanaka starting on pole position at the moment, then it will be back to Lotkovski in second. The Australian driver looking very feisty all through the competition. Third is Mick Hazal, our European champion, still in with his shout. Shogo Yoshida will be fourth in that Japanese breed X 2014. Fifth is Jonathan Wong after a fantastic result at Monza. And then down to sixth, it's Giorgio Mangano, the Italian favourite. After that, I'm going to ask them twice. Then our Asia Oceania champion, Ryoto Kokiba, in seventh. Eighth position is Carrazza, the Brazilian. Started strong but faded slightly towards the end there. It's Jeff Gallen, Lloyd Delete, not Lloyd Delight, as I've said many times throughout the superstars. Igor Fraga, our America's champion, starts in 10th position. Coque Lopez, the Spanish driver, in 11th. Then down in 12th is Portilla, a bit lower down than he would have liked to have been. Patrick Bajan, after his mistake at Monza, starting well down the field in 13th position. Someone who hasn't performed as well as he thought, Adam Suswillo, 14th position. Then down to 15th, Yap Bam Law. And rounding out the grid for this final race is Nico Rubler, Nico R. Chris, let's do it.
Indeed. Right, here we go. History about to be written here in Monaco. We are about to crown the inaugural champion of the FIA GT Championship Nations Cup World Final. First in the points it is Yamanaka, and he starts on pole position. Fraga, who is second in the points, starts in 10th, but he was quickest around here on Friday during qualifying, so definitely one to watch, and he's gone for the hard tyre. However, with a 9-point advantage, a top 3 finish for Yamanaka should be enough to seal the deal, so he's in a very good position at the moment, but Latkovski will want something to say about that. In second place, he is of course third in the point standings, chasing an overall victory. Right, take a deep breath everyone, let's get ready to go racing for the final time in 2018, and Yamanaka leads us down towards turn number 1. Latkovski in second place, Hazal in third, all on the soft tyres, will be looking to get away early. Please have a clean start to the race everyone. Latkovski trying to challenge for the lead as they go in towards the Dunlop chicane. Yamanaka just holding on. Hazal there in third place, then it is Yoshida in fourth, Wong is fifth, Mangano in sixth at the moment. Then we have Carrazza, Kokiben, Gallen, Fraga. Watch for him in 10th place. He has a title to chase down here, but Yamanaka leads us through Touch Rouge for the first time, Jimmy.
Our top 3 streaking away from the field. Yamanaka has a slight gap over Lotkovski and Hazal. Hazal will have the slipstream on Lotkovski coming down to the first Mulsanne chicane for the first time of asking. He goes to the inside, wants to get past nice and quick. Lotkovski comes across to block the move. Hazal still on the inside though. Who's going to break first? It will be Lotkovski. He'll just about keep the position for now, but Yamanaka holding the position, but he's not in the best place right now. He's giving a slipstream to both Lotkovski and to Hazal at this stage, and Shogo Yoshida just about holding on the background, but the top 3 making a very quick start indeed.
And Latkovski draws alongside Yamanaka as they head down towards the second chicane, and he's through. The Australian is into the race lead on the opening lap. Here comes Mick Hazal. Is it going to be 3 wide into the chicane? I think it is. Hazal dives to the inside. Oh, all 3 going to emerge. They do. And Mick Hazal has taken the race lead. Latkovski drops to second place. Yamanaka down to third place, but that should be enough to take overall victory. However, his countryman Shogo Yoshida could come into play as well in fourth, but Mick Hazal and Latkovski are still going at it out front, Jimmy, as we come down towards Mulsanne. Is Latkovski going to dive to the inside? He stays in second for now.
What a fantastic move by Hazal, very much the opportunist, the German driver, and now starting to pull away from Latkovski, but now another long straight on the run down to Indianapolis. So Latkovski will have the toe, as will Yamanaka behind. Now, what will Cody do? He goes to the outside, he has the run, he's now in front of Hazal coming down to Indianapolis, but now the slipstream runs out. The German driver still there on the inside, and Cody Latkovski takes the lead of the race. temporarily, coming down to Indianapolis, now down to the slowest corner on the circuit, Arnage. Let's see how good Cody and Hizao are on the brakes. Both good through there. In fact, if anything, Latkovsky's a little bit wide on exit, and now Hizao will have the toe coming up to the Porsche curves. If he can get in front for the Porsche curves, he'll have the advantage because of the dirty air. Latkovsky comes across, but it's a bit too late. They're going to be side by side coming into the first right hand of the Porsche curves. Latkovsky gets the throttle, and Hizao back into the lead.
3 different leaders in just 3/4 of a lap. What a fantastic race. This is already deserving of the title, of course, the FIA GT Championship World Final in the Nations Cup. And Mick Hizao will lead us across the line, will he, at the end of lap number 1. Of course, the top 3 on soft tyres. Yamanaka, I think, staying out of this one. He, of course, the top 3 finish should do it for him, so I think he's just happy to stay where he is for now. But Hizao it is who takes the first lap in the lead. Latkovsky in second, Yamanaka third. There you can see Latkovsky to the bottom left of your picture. Look at the focus of the American. And Jimmy, there's Igor Fraga. He's up to 7th already and challenging Jonathan Wong.
So Fraga still very much in the fight, but you can see that as soon as Hizao got to a series of corners, he pulled away from Cody Latkovsky. But now, of course, coming back up the straight, Cody will pull back in the slipstream. Now Karatsa, I wonder if he is knowledgeable to his countryman's situation. Will he help out at all, or is it every man for himself? He does have a penalty which he'll have to serve rather soon, but Igor Fraga right now is by far the first of the hard runners, but very wide at Touch Rouge. That's probably going to be a penalty. Yamanaka with a 0.8-second penalty, and here comes Shogo Yoshida. Now, I don't know what this would do. We need some live point standings, really, but...
Well, I think that's it. He's going to have, 14 points, I think that is, he'll take, which means that Hizao and Latkovsky should go past him, but we'll get live points for you in just a second. Hizao still leads from Latkovsky, but Yamanaka crucially out of the top 3. Here is Igor Fraga, now trying to go up to 6th place. We'll come back to that. I think Jimmy will keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on the lead for the time being, because Latkovsky has drawn alongside Hizao, and he's back into the race lead.
And also Igor Fraga is past Jonathan Wong up into 6th position, so our championship contenders are all making moves right now. Latkovsky and Hizao gets sideways off the second chicane. That might be enough to break the toe. See, Latkovsky gives a nod, goes, okay, I needed that, but he's still well within the slipstream range to be putting back in again. Now here's Shogo Yoshida. He's now in front of Yamanaka after Yamanaka's penalty he had to serve. Yamanaka will go back past his countryman, and Shogo Yoshida not really putting up that much of a fight, Chris.
Yeah, so Yamanaka back into 3rd, crucially. So big move that from Yamanaka. He's, of course, on the soft tyres as well. Jimmy, how big is this? He's on soft tyres, and he's 3 seconds back from the other 2 drivers that are on soft tyres battling for the lead.
But Igor Fraga is in 6th on the hard tyre and was well within the medium compound ones. We saw how good he was here in qualifying. So Igor Fraga very much the one to watch, but Mick Hizao has moved back into the lead, coming down to Indianapolis. There it is on your screen right now, just going past in the slipstream, coming up to Arnage. Now really, ideally, you want to be the car leading going into the Porsche curves. Mick Hizao a bit too impatient on the throttle there, coming out of the slowest corner of the circuit, and the Latkovsky once more be able to gain in on this straight. Will Hizao defend? A flash of the lights there from the Australian driver, says, look at me, here I come, goes round the outside. Hizao does not lift out events. Latkovsky is now going to lead into the Porsche curves, just switching places right now. This could be anyone's game, Chris.
So Latkovsky back into the lead then. He and Hizao trading places as we've got an incident involving Nicholas Rudler and Yatlam Law down the field. So bad days go even worse for them. Jonathan Wong has a penalty in 7th as well. But Igor Fraga doing a fantastic job, as you said, Jimmy. On the harder tyre, he's getting the slowest tyre out of the way first. Not only is he getting it out of the way, but he's moving forward. He's gained 4 places so far as Kokibun goes past Karatsa. We just peeled away from that battle to return to this, because Jimmy, we're about to go on to that Mulsanne straight very shortly, and Hizao is definitely close enough to get the toe and potentially make a move.
Now, this is very interesting, because Igor Fraga, the reason why he's being kept in contention is because of the slipstream. If he pitted in now and went to, say, the medium or the soft compound, he might be left without a slipstream partner, which would then see him fall down the field. So he's really thinking about when he needs to come in. He is just about within reach of Giorgio Mangano. If he can get onto the back there of the Italian driver, I say that, he moves up into 4th position. Fraga into 5th. Yoshida makes a mistake, down to 6th, and must have got a penalty or something.
Now, there's been pit stops, so some drivers have come off the hard tyre. However, Igor Fraga has stayed on them, I think, as you said, because he's got the toe. So that was a good spot there. Igor Fraga, 1.2 seconds behind Mango, so he should be closing in down the straight as well. Meanwhile, Hizao and Jakovsky are split by around 0.8 of a second. This on board now with Karatsa, who's being closed in by Ryota Kokubun. Not the day we expected for Kokubun, but can he get a good result in the grand final? Down towards Mulsanne we go. In fact, this is of course going towards the chicane, so Kokubun there in 8th place, closing in.
Here is the slipstream in effect, the Asia Oceania regional champion closing into the back of Karatsa, coming down to 2nd chicane. Igor Fraga has gone up into 4th position on the hard tyre. How has he managed that? He's stayed with Giorgio Mangano. What a drive for the Brazilian driver so far. He knows he has to score well in this place if he wants any chance of coming away with the FIA GT Championship Nations Cup. But still a long race to go.
Jimmy, I think he's actually quicker than Yamanaka on the soft tyre, if you can believe it or not. Right, live points. Yamanaka one point ahead of Latkovsky. Hizao third with 45 points. So Latkovsky needs to hang on to that lead and hope Yamanaka drops back.
This is absolutely insane, Chris. I think that live point ranking was before Fraga went up into fourth position, so he actually would overtake Mick Hizao and be in 3rd. But Giorgio Mangano actually opted to stay behind the Brazilian driver. Now, when does Igor Fraga pit? Will he come in now with the rest of the soft runners? Because in reality, he has made the hard tyre go the same speed as the guys on the soft. So imagine his pace when he finally switches to a faster tyre, actually pulling away from Giorgio Mangano coming out of Arnaja. Look there up the road, 3rd position. Yamanaka is being gained on by Igor Fraga and Giorgio Mangano. Look at Fraga through the Porsche curves. Giorgio Mangano has no chance of hanging with the Brazilian. What speed he has right now. He is far from down and out.
He knows what's at stake. He wants that world final title. Igor Fraga may have had 1 or 2 little errors today and been involved in 1 or 2 incidents, but he is recovering in style. Right into the pits. Mikhail Hizao. Yamanaka comes into the pits. And Igor Fraga comes into the pits. But Latkovsky, Jimmy, stays out.
This could be terrible for Latkovsky. He has no slipstream partner. It's going to be on worn soft tyres, whereas everyone behind him is going to be all close together. And of course, slipstreaming down the straight, which is worth about a second or 2 a lap. Latkovsky is probably going to end up after his pit stop behind this train. We'll wait until all the pit stops are done and dusted before we call who is where. But Ryuto Kokubun and Shogo Yoshida, who have not pitted, move up into 2nd and 3rd place. Mick Hizao keeps the 4th place, and Yamanaka 5th. Fraga on the medium tyre, he is the one to watch.
Well, all I can say for Latkovsky, did he just want a lap with no pressure, put the blinkers on and just go for it? Is that what he wanted, a qualifying style lap without a toe? I mean, that's of course what he's not going to have, but he hasn't been having that whilst keeping Mikhail Hizao at bay. Here's Igor Fraga back out in 6th place on the medium tyre, as are Yamanaka and Hizao, and he's only getting closer. The gap is now 1.5 seconds to Yamanaka and Hizao.
Igor Fraga loves this car, very similar in terms of downforce. He drives, of course, a single-seat Formula car in real-life racing. It's about as near as you're going to get in Gran Turismo without being in another Formula car itself. And look at him gain on Yamanaka. So 1.3 seconds is the gap now. We'll also have a little bit of draft, and again, the heart rate there, about 150 beats per minute. So in the zone right now is Igor Fraga. He's got Giorgio Mangano behind as well, keeping him honest. But we have to see what happens with Latkovsky once he comes in, surely at the end of this lap.
Yeah, he's going to have to come in. He's actually being caught by Ryoto Kokubun. The gap has come down by just under a second, actually. So that's what it's been costing Latkovsky. May actually be a little bit less than that, a few tenths, I'd say. But Igor Fraga now in the toe of Yamanaka, trying to close in on the Japanese driver who leads the points at the moment as they go in towards Mulsanne. On the brakes, Fraga, where he's very strong, of course, is the right of the Porsche curves. But will he be as strong this time now, Jimmy? Now he's following Yamanaka.
I think watch and learn is what I'll say.
Well, why don't you talk us through it?
Now, I could not foresee the final of this Nations Cup being so tense. There are so many different possibilities coming out of that. Of course, Igor Fraga is the one making them happen. Meanwhile, back for 9th, 10th, 11th, it is Sassuolo, Gallen and Blajan. Patrick Blajan, a favourite for a lot of people coming into this series, hasn't really delivered, not quite had the pace. Of course, big mistake at Monza last time out, but paid to his chances realistically, but still in 9th position, still in the top 10. And here is Adam Sassuolo, another person who was very, very fast in the superstar races, but doesn't quite perform the same at the live events, it seems.
Yeah, well, let's, of course, we'll get you some points updates once all the pit stops have been made. I think that'll be the best time to look at it. Right, Latkovsky in. He lost about half a second, 6 tenths on that lap. He's now into the pits. Let's see where he emerges. He goes on the medium tyre. Kokubun peels in as well, but not really part of the fight for the lead, of course, nor the title. Oh, Yoshida using a bit of gravel to come through into the pits, and he's going to go on the soft tyre. Right, here comes Hizao. Does he inherit the race lead now from Latkovsky? And if so, how much by? Across the line they come. Let's see if Latkovsky appears. Where will he come out? Hizao is into the lead, and Latkovsky is he second? Let's wait and see. He is. So Latkovsky second. He's lost 2 seconds. 2.2 seconds lost for Latkovsky in that pit stop. Yamanaka third, Fraga fourth. He'll be kicking himself, Jimmy.
And that is the undercut we were talking about. Mick Hizao making good use of those medium tyres and giving himself a 2.6 second advantage. European champion, showing why he is one of the best in the world right now. The bold strategic move. You can see on the screen right there. There is Mick Hizao, and as always, just leaning back, looking as cool as anything. Well, I'm sure he knows this man is on a charge though, Igor Fraga, and here are the live point rankings as they would be. Yamanaka would still take the title. Mick Hizao will be second, Latkovsky fourth, Igor Fraga would be fourth, and Latkovsky will be third. But here is Fraga with Karatsa side by side with his Brazilian counterpart. Get out of the way, says Fraga. I've got a championship to win. But again, no love lost between these two guys. Once they get onto the circuit, it's all business.
So there we go. There you can see the points at the moment. Yamanaka leading by 5 points from Hizao. He just needs to try and stay in this top 3, but Fraga is getting closer. Well, there we go. He's pushing along Karatsa up to the back of Yamanaka. Interesting tactics there.
And look how much closer they've got by doing that. Yamanaka goes a little bit wide in the second Mulsanne now. Will Fraga slipstream the both of them? Yamanaka in third, Karatsa fourth. They've got the slipstream. They'll probably have a look down to the Mulsanne corner. Here comes Karatsa. Where will Yamanaka go? He puts the car in the middle of the road and weaves back to the left, squeezes the Brazilian driver to the outside. Fraga looks to try and follow him through. Thinks better of it. That was a wise move by Fraga. No point getting involved in that point. But Karatsa goes up into fourth, and now Fraga is going to have the slipstream on Yamanaka and will likely pass him on the way down to Indy.
Well, the gap between Yamanaka and Hizao drops too far. Just 3 points, with 2 points lost there for Yamanaka, and it could be 2 points more if Fraga comes by, which would mean there'd just be 1 point between the pair. So this turning into a really close place, but Yamanaka doesn't want any of that. He's going to try and fight back, going in towards Indianapolis. Yamanaka dives down the inside, and he's third. Fraga comes through to take fourth. Brilliant overtaking there.
I don't know about that. That was a little bit silly by Yamanaka, because now, look, Igor Fraga, one of his main competitors, is right on the back, and he has the slipstream. He has the hot seat coming down to the Porsche curves. He'll have the slipstream. He'll do a slingshot past. There he goes, right onto the outside circuit, kicks up the dust, dirty line through there, but he goes up into third position, and Karatsa follows him through. But importantly for Fraga, he now has a clear track. He will now hunt down Cody Latkovsky and Mick Hizao and do his best to bring that gap down. What a drive by the Brazilian driver. He started in 10th position.
He's up to 3rd place and he's yet to use the soft tyre. So Igor Fraga, when he bolts those on, I wonder how quick he'll be. Collapsing there. He's running in 5th place at the moment. Worth a quick mention, of course. He's having a really strong day. Now he's in the tow of Igor Fraga. What's going to happen? Are they going to work together or are they going to fight? 3.4 seconds up the road is Cody Nikola Latkovsky. What do you reckon?
Well, look at this. Karatsa is not giving Fraga any room at all. He's harrying his fellow countrymen. I think they'll be catching Latkovsky fairly quickly, especially if they work together as they have been. Of course, there's no rules against doing that, although you are directly fighting each other. There's no team points here. And there is the live point ranking if things finish as they were. Yamanaka 50, Hizal 49, Latkovsky 49, and Igor Fraga 46. So Fraga, a couple more places, and there you go.
Well, Latkovsky, if he wins the race and things stay as they are, he will be champion. That's what the Australian is chasing down at the moment, but Igor Fraga could be the one to destroy his chances. Of course, he wants to win it himself. He's on 46 points at the moment, only 4 points behind Yamanaka. So there is Igor Fraga in 3rd, as you said, Jimmy. Latkovsky is getting closer. He's closed in by 7/10 since they've come back out onto the circuit. So Latkovsky going along very well. It won't be long before he's picking up a toe and really drawing in.
But Fraga has the advantage. He has the soft tyres left. And here is a fight behind Yamanaka and Blajan. And Yamanaka needs to keep this place. If he doesn't keep this place right now and the race finished as it was, he'd lose out on the Nations Cup. He'd lose out on the Nations Cup, wouldn't he? He wouldn't get the cup.
Right the first time.
Yeah, there we go. It's the rare time where I say it right on the first occasion. But Yamanaka needs to keep Blajan behind, and Blajan is having absolutely none of it. He's on the soft tyre, through the inside he goes, and just like that, Yamanaka at the moment is not the Nations Cup winner. It would be Cody Latkovsky.
This is brilliant stuff here at the Nations Cup World Final.
Oh, sorry, it would be Hizal.
Blajan is through, and we have a new leader, everyone, in the Nations Cup, and his name is Mikhail Hizal. He is tied on points with Cody Nikola Latkovsky, but because he is ahead on track, that means he is the champion. 1 point behind them is Yamanaka, and only 3 points behind them is Igor Fraga. Did we expect? We knew it was going to be close, Jimmy. Did you expect it to be this close?
This can go any way at the moment. I'm feeling rather smug right now because I call Cody Latkovsky as my outside chance. He very much has come to fruition there. Yamanaka just not able to match the pace of everybody else right now, and the gap at the front of the field down to a second at the moment. Latkovsky really reeling in the German driver, but he's going to have to go to the hard tyres for his last stint, and I think end of this lap maybe Fraga will be in the pit lane to bolt on those softs. Then you'll see how fast that Brazilian can hustle the Red Bull X2010 round here, the circuit to the Sarthe. Here is Patrick Blajan. In comes Mick Hizal. In comes Latkovsky. They're both going to go onto the hard tyres. Now, realistically, if they want to beat Fraga, they have to work together. Fraga comes in for the soft tyre. It's going to be hard versus soft. I don't see any way that Fraga cannot win this. You see down in the graphic in the bottom left, 3.3 seconds a lap. A lap, the racing hard tyre is slower than the soft. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic finale.
We're tied on points as it stands. That will, of course, change whilst pit stops are being made. This is the second and final. Pit stops now being made. Hizal comes back onto the track. Latkovsky around 1 second behind. 1.2 make that as they make their way then through Dunlop chicane. Igor Fraga 3.3 seconds back with soft tyres. So if our graphics correct, he'll be with them at the end of this lap.
This is going to be one of the closest finishes we have ever had, and what time is better than this one? At the moment, it's Giorgio Mangano who leads at the moment. He still owns a pit stop, as does Shogo Yoshida behind, so we Mick Hizal that will inherit the lead when all is done. But look, Igor Fraga on the soft compound of tyres. On the soft compound of tyres, you can go through Tertre Rouge flat in this car. And we saw in qualifying just how dominant Fraga was when he had the soft tyre, had a track to himself, but now he's got slipstream, and we know the Brazilian is hungry for the win here.
He's already closed in by 1 second. already 1 second, make that 1.3. It's now less than 2 seconds between Fraga, Latkovski and Hezal. He's going to be quite simply unstoppable, in my opinion.
Race director, please give us a camera on Mick, Hezal, Latkovski and Fraga. That is the fight for your championship right now. We're looking at Patrick Bajan behind Karatsa. At the moment, this wouldn't really have that much of an effect on the championship standings, other than Yamanaka has fallen down to 8th. Bajan's going to go to the inside now, I think. No, stays behind. Let's see what's happening up front. The gap between Hezal and Latkovski is a second, but the gap between Latkovski and Fraga is 1.5 seconds. It's coming down all the time. Mr. Race Director, please give us a camera.
Yes.
There we go. There is Hezal. There's Latkovski. There's Fraga. That is the gap. There are no more pit stops. It's now a straight fight to the end. Fraga with a soft tyre is going to have the advantage, but we know Mick Hezal is talented. We know Latkovski is talented. This is still anyone's game.
This is it, 2.5 laps remaining. Mick Hezal, 3rd place, but leading, of course, once Mangano and Yoshida come in. He gives us a wave. Hello, Mick Hezal. Yes, you're fighting for the world title, but you don't seem too worried about it. Mick Hezal has a 1 second advantage over Latkovski, but Igor Fraga, of course, closing in. The gap is now only 1.2 seconds between Latkovski and Fraga. He's closed in by over 2 seconds, and we haven't even got to the Porsche curves yet, so watch for Igor Fraga come the end of this lap. He's going to be absolutely on fire. This is fantastic stuff. There you can see the German commentators thought they'd be going even more mental, because their boy at the moment is going to take victory. Mick Hezal there, once Mangano and Yoshida come into the pits, will re-inherit the lead, and look at the gap coming down, Jimmy, as they go through the Porsche curves. It's now less than 1 second.
Even with the dirty air, Igor Fraga absolutely homing in on the back of Kota Latkovski. This time by will be the penultimate lap as Mangano and Yoshida come into the pit lane, so they'll go back down behind our 3 leaders. But Fraga, look, on traction, under braking, through the fast corners, everywhere Fraga is faster with this tyre, and the gap now down to less than a second on Kota Latkovski, and 1.5 seconds to the leader, Mick Hezal. We do actually have an incident with Gallen and Yamanaka all the way down in 11th position, so it's fair to say I think his challenge is over, and here comes Igor Fraga to the inside of Kota Latkovski. Have the inside line here, will be on the outside for left-hander, and Igor Fraga, is he through? Yes, he is. Igor Fraga up into 2nd position. 1 more car remaining. That is Mick Hezal in front, and he will be leading this race from 10th to 2nd, and only 1 second remaining. As it stands right now, he would be the champion.
Yeah, Igor Fraga doesn't even need to go past Mick Hezal to win the title, so it's looking very, very much in the favour of Igor Fraga, as Yamanaka, who's quite simply fallen to pieces, just picks up a warning there, so goodness knows what's going on with Yamanaka. He's in 10th place on the hard tyre. He is out of this now, and look at Mick Hezal there. He's just looking up in the mirrors. He knows what's coming. It's a Brazilian named Igor Fraga, who's already in the lead of the Nations Cup, but he wants to win to go with it. Here he is in the tow, going down to the chicane, looks to the outside. Igor Fraga, he'll be patient with this one. He'll be very, very patient, Jimmy.
He knows he's got the pace. No need to do anything rash at this point. Here is Igor Fraga looking to the right. No, he's going to push Mick Hezal. He doesn't want anything to do with Kota Latkovski at this point. They're working together to try and escape Kota Latkovski, and that is working. Now the gap up to 1.7 seconds between him and the Australian driver, and Fraga there being very clever, thinking he'd rather fight 1 person than 2.
Well, let's find out what the Portuguese commentators have to say, because Igor Fraga, of course, leading the way.
Igor Fraga vai ser campeão do mundo!
Isso não tá fácil, isso não tá fácil.
É o Igor Fraga, o Igor vai passar no Hezal. Espetacular aí. Já não precisa de mais posição, mas ele quer ganhar a corrida porque já está na frente.
Vamos embora,
Igor Fraga!
Todo lado
na frente! Galera do Brasil, galera do Brasil!
Well, Well, they're happy. Igor Fraga into the lead of the final race here at the Nations Cup World Final. Leader on points, leader on track. 1 lap to go next time he crosses the line. Igor Fraga, is this it? Is it done and dusted? Can Mikel Ezell put out something special? Can he do what Igor Fraga did on the hard tyre and compete with those on the soft tyre? Up to the Porsche curves we go. Ezell should drop away now because Fraga on those soft tyres, well, he's not, Jimmy. Mikel Ezell is hanging on. Despite the dirty air and being on the hard tyre, Ezell somehow managed to roughly stay with it.
He was until that last curve there, but just fell off. We're now coming on to the last lap of the race, the last lap of the 2018 FIA GT Championship, the Nations Cup Final. And it's Igor Fraga, this man who is currently looking like he's going to win it, comes across the line. There are your live point standings. As it stands, Mick Ezell and Latkovsky would be tied. Ezell would take second, given that he finishes higher in the double point race. And Yamanaka, your leader coming into this, would be fourth. With Karatsa, he'd be fifth. So looking very good for the Brazilians at this point. The gap, 1.7 seconds. Now, will Latkovsky be able to catch Ezell and maybe bring himself up to second position?
Igor Fraga, well, what a drive this is. After what happened in races 2 and 3, Igor Fraga, he seemed very calm in his interview, knew the pace he had around this track in this car, and Igor Fraga has just stayed calm, taken his time throughout this race, worked his way towards the front. Yes, of course, we've had Yamanaka fall back, and that's definitely played into the hands of Igor Fraga, but nevertheless, he's put the work in. His stint on the hard tyres may be the best he's done throughout these championships, and Igor Fraga now leads by 2 seconds. This almost a parade lap for the Brazilian.
We won't call it before it happens, because stranger things have happened at sea. We'll see if Fraga can bring it home. Of course, he's in a great position right now, as Chris said, on the soft tyres, has the fastest tyres. Mick Ezell second, Cody Latkovsky in third, and we must talk about Mick Ezell. He was given a bit of a rough draw with cars, started 10th in the first race after a poor qualifying on the Thursday, but has managed to keep himself up in contention and bring himself back to second, and will likely finish second overall. Meanwhile, there's still a scrap going on down the field. Swillo, who we haven't seen much of, is being pushed by Coque Lopez. They're both trying to catch up to Shogo Yoshida. They're on the soft tyres, so they have the tyre advantage. Of course, looking for a few more points to try and improve their ranking. Here is Igor Fraga. He comes through the Mulsanne corner for the last time and comes up towards Indianapolis. You can see in the background that Latkovsky has really gained on Mick Ezell. The battle for second is not over. 1.4 seconds now. This is going to be your battle to the line, and it is the battle for second in the FIA GT Championship Nations World Final. Anyone's game at this point, Chris.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Mick Ezell has to hold on for the next half a lap or so from Cody Nikola Latkovsky. The gap 1.4 seconds as they go into Arnage. Has he got enough? But look at this. Igor Fraga out front started 10th on the grid, and he leads the way by over 3 seconds. Started on the hard tyre, moved all the way up the order, then fought his way through to victory, and Igor Fraga is just corners away from being named the inaugural World Finals champion. He's put in a fantastic performance today. Igor Fraga, it all started with qualifying, of course, earlier in the weekend. Then we did the semi-finals. Igor Fraga may have had a rough time of it at times today, but he is about to write history. Igor Fraga, 1 corner to go. The Brazilian out of the chicane is named your first FIA GT champion. Here he comes across the line. He is world champion. What a result. Igor Fraga wins the 2018 World Finals champion. Oh, well, I'm lost for words. Igor Fraga, your winner.
Look what that means there for Igor Fraga. He's up on his seat, hands in the air, and a well-deserved victory, a release of emotion for the Brazilian driver. We thought he might have thrown it away at Monza, but he came back strong like he always does and absolutely decimated the field here at Le Mans. Mick Ezell comes home in a strong second place, and Cody Latkovsky, an outsider coming into this competition, manages to take third. A fantastic display by all our drivers and worthy of being the top free in the world.